I booked the solo cruise deal of a lifetime, and it's on one of Royal Caribbean's most popular ships. Was it worth the cost, or should I have just saved my coins? Stay tuned to find out. This is Embarkation Day on Wonder of the Seas.
It's cruise day! Welcome to the Jen Danielle experience. Today I am setting sail on Wonder of the Seas. Now this ship has been on my bucket list for the longest. I think just because it was the first ship that I kind of saw all the content creators come together and start creating content and excitement around a new ship. So I feel like I saw a lot of footage for this ship, so I'm really excited about it. So let's talk about me in Royal Caribbean, okay? So I have been on 2 other cruises, so this will be my 3rd Royal Caribbean cruise, but I kind of consider this to be my first official solo cruise because the first cruise I went on was Freedom of the Seas, and I went with my best friend. I loved that ship. I loved the size of it. Now that was probably my 3rd cruise ever, so it wasn't really anything to compare it to, but I really liked Freedom of the Seas. Now Icon of the Seas, on the other hand, you guys saw me do that. That was an inaugural sailing, and that was my first time being a content creator and going on kind of the first sailing and doing all of the exciting things around it. And you guys, I was stressed. There were a number of things going on, which we're probably going to talk about in this vlog. I got to decide if I want to talk about it a little later, but there were a lot of things going on in my personal life at the time, and just being on that huge ship, seeing that amount of people, because I think it's close to 10,000 people with staff and everything, I was just overwhelmed, and I honestly did not care for the ship. I thought it was really beautiful, but as far as included options, I felt like everything was an upcharge, and it just wasn't the experience I was expecting, but beautiful ship nonetheless. I was also on with a ton of content creators, so even though I went solo, it really didn't feel solo because I knew so many people. But today's sailing on Wonder of the Seas, I don't know anybody outside of the couple people that I've met in the Facebook group. I haven't met them in person, but I joined the group for this cruise, which I tell you guys to do all the time. And so, I've kind of connected with a couple of them. I know that I'm going to see them on board and things like that. But y'all, this sailing was so cheap. So let me tell y'all about these booking skills. And if you are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, because I released this video to you guys and I put this information out when I booked it. But Royal Caribbean ran like a 48-hour sale, and they had this particular sailing for $379. That was all I paid for this room that I'm going to get, and you guys are going to see what it is. It's a bit of a surprise. So when I get on board, y'all will get to see it. But $379 for this cruise. I added a couple things on, like Wi-Fi and 2 dining options, which we'll talk about later. But all total, I spent $540, I think, is what the official total came to. So you cannot beat that on this ship. And if you don't know, this ship is the sister ship to Utopia of the Seas. And Utopia of the Seas was created to be kind of like the weekend getaway, is what they call it. And that ship is docked in Port Canaveral in Orlando. So I'm thinking that's why Wonder of the Seas came back this way. And maybe with the success they've seen with that, they decided to turn this ship into a 3 and 4 day sailing thing. So this ship has only been in Miami it's been less than a month. I know it got here like the end of August. So hasn't been here very long. I think they're testing out this 3 and 4 day deal. So this should be a good cruise. And I got a feeling it's going to be a little rowdy because this is the weekend crowd. I'll be on 4 days. We'll be going to Nassau and Perfect Day at Coco Cay. So super excited about that. Cannot wait to show you guys the experience. But just had to come on here and say what's going on today, because I have not got to do cruise day in a minute. I have not vlogged a cruise since MSC. And that was April. So it's been months. So I might be a little rusty, but we're going to get into this video. I'm going to show you guys everything this ship has to offer. Be sure to hit the subscribe if you have not, and let's get into this vlog series.
The background you see featured here is from my stay at YOTEL Miami. If you're looking for a hotel that is right by Port Miami, this is the place to be. Be sure to look for a full tour in a future video.
So I am officially on board and I just got here. If you know anything about Virgin, we are used to having to book and reserve shows. Well, that is the case with Royal Caribbean. As soon as you get on board, you have to book the main shows. There is an ice skating show, water show, things that are a huge deal. So the first thing you need to do is go ahead and connect to the ship's Wi-Fi and be sure to switch to airplane mode. That's going to make sure you don't get charged for anything, when the ship starts moving and things like that. You can take it back off before you leave, but just remember to go back into airplane mode and connect to the ship's Wi-Fi. So, of course, we pre-downloaded the app before we got here, so I already have it. And you just want to go in here to entertainment, which is coming up, and it's going to show you all the shows. So you can go in here and reserve anything that you want to see. I actually went ahead and did it before I got on here because I wanted to make sure I got my shows. But I got 365 seasons on ice reserved for, I think, tonight. And then there is the Aqua show, which is called Intense. So got those booked. I'm good to go. So now I can do a little bit of exploring. Alright guys, you guys may or may not know, but I'm not a huge fan of buffets, but Royal Caribbean does them okay. I've been on Celebrities, like First Sailing, where they had the seafood. I know this ship's been out too long, so we probably won't have that, but I figured it would be good for me to at least go and check it out. So far, I have eaten a salad at Park Cafe, so we gotta find some better food. But Central Park is beautiful here. It's not as open as the one on Icon, so that is different. So I do like the fact that they made that change on Icon and Star of the Seas, because it's like, why is this blocking this beautiful space? But anyway, let's get to Windjammer. I'll see you guys back in a minute. Let's do it. First time going into the Windjammer.
The Windjammer is Royal Caribbean's buffet station, and if you've been following me a while, you know I'm not a fan of buffets, but I wanted to come into this with fresh perspective and give it a chance. Now, it was also Royal Caribbean's birthday, so they had this beautiful display, and this is happening on all the ships where you can get cupcakes, and it has Wonder of the Seas written out. But the buffet was kind of consistent with what I always thought.
Maybe I'm just a picky eater, but I mean, I got some barbecue chicken, mashed potatoes, and some cucumber salad because, I mean, they have burgers and fries up there. Like, they have food. It's sufficient, but it just does not look like anything special to me on that buffet. So I stand on, I don't know what y'all be talking about these buffets.
After the buffet, it was time to head to the room. So while you can board the ship early, the rooms typically aren't ready until about 1:30. So this is going to be my first visit to see my room, which was room 9583. And ta-da! We have an interior with a Central Park view. You guys, look at this seat here. I was so excited to have one of these. Let's see what the view is like, because it's just the little center thing here. See, this is what I was saying. Like, I feel like Star and Icon did a good job removing that. But this is still cute, nevertheless. It looks good. It's quiet. Like, I don't hear anything out there right now. We'll see how it goes with the shows. But I'm going to give you guys just a quick little pan and look at the room. The bed is big. Plenty of storage here. If you want to see the full tour, be sure to check a future video. It will be separated, but just want to give you guys a quick little look. Tons of storage. Here is the restroom here. Turn on the light first. Well, it didn't come on. Okay, there it is. And there we are. Everything's glass.
But yeah, I am loving it. So what do you guys think of this room for $379 for 4 nights? I already think I got a steal, but we'll be back. It's 4:20, so we're headed to Silhouette. It's supposed to happen at 4:30. I don't know what to expect from this. I really don't. I remember the icon when it wasn't much going on, so I don't expect it to be much here. But like I said, this is a very full selling. Like, I got a feeling this is gonna be a rowdy bunch since this is a 4-day selling. Cause honey, when you come to Miami for 3 or 4 days, you come from a good time, not a long time. So I too intend to party this entire cruise. Now we're gonna see if we flash to me sleeping every day. But I plan to party. I'm trying to be up. I'm trying to be outside. But yeah, let's get ready to head up top and see what's up there. It's Silhouette. Oh, honey, people are outside. Like, I'm surprised.
Okay, Royal Caribbean, I see you. In my 3 sailings, this was the best Silhouette I've experienced thus far. Now, the layout of the ship does make it kind of split, so you don't really have a traditional center space to dance, but there were people still dancing and finding a way, including me. Look at me dancing. Y'all know y'all don't never see me do nothing like this at Silhouette. But I had a really good time and enjoyed it, and I thought they did a really good job with it. They have spread out to have almost kind of like a happenings cast, if you're comparing it to Virgin, but like it's multiple people that are getting the party started, and they even did a conga line around the top floor. Bye, Miami. Well, for now. More on that later.
I must admit, Silhouette was a little lit. Kind of liked it. Missed those dancing vibes. So right now we're headed to the Solarium, which is the adults only area. This is an area I was very excited about on this ship. It's very beautiful on Icon's Hideaway. So on this ship, this is more of the traditional Royal Caribbean experience where it's like, you know, a separate room that's just for adults. Let me see, I've heard that the pool is either not a pool or it's not really big, but let's see what this place looks like. It already feels cool, which is surprising because it's a glass top. So let me show you guys what we're seeing in here. Nice bar over there, hand washing stations, lots of seating. Oh guys, I'm gonna be up early out here. Oh, even though this is a glass covering, it feels super cool here. You would think it would be hot. Okay, I guess I see what they mean. This is the whirlpool that's in the center. I'm not seeing a regular pool yet. More seating. Looks like there may be 2 levels. Wait, let's keep coming. God, what's up with this grassy monkey? Don't monkey around and climb on the gorilla, but feel free to snap a selfie with our silverback star. All right, monkey. Okay. There is the bar. Y'all, tons of seating. This is a very large and nice area. Okay, so there is a pool. It's just very, very tiny. So it's down there. Hold on, y'all. Okay. So here it is. Okay. Yeah, it is kind of a wading pool. You just can kind of sit. But the whirlpools are nice. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. So yes, the solarium will be my hangout. This is a really, really large space. I'm really impressed with the size of this. Ooh, all right, y'all. Good evening. I am in the room. So Sail Away, I really, really enjoyed. I really like the spread. Y'all know it's been a while since I've seen a good Sail Away. So I will say the setup of this ship is much better than what Icon of the Seas was, because it was so split that you really didn't have an area for people to congregate and dance. It was very slim and just like half of the people were here, half were here. I understand why people love these Oasis ships. I really like the arrangement and the decor and everything. So far I have seen not even half of this ship. This ship is huge, y'all. I don't know what it is that makes it like seem so much bigger than other ships. Oh, I didn't even turn this on. But I don't know what it is that makes it seem so much bigger than like World America and other ships. But I am feeling the size of this ship. I cannot believe I have yet to see like the skating rink or any of the performance rooms or any of that. Well, where we are is, unfortunately, there has been a medical emergency. They came over the intercom. We've only been at sail maybe 2 hours. They came over the intercom, said there's a medical emergency. So we are headed back to Miami. This is a first for me. I feel like we've gone back. I've been on a cruise where we left out late, but I don't think I've ever been on a cruise where we had to go back to port. So we're going back to Port Miami, and they said we're going to try to leave out again by 8:30 tonight. But Perfect Day Coco Cay is nowhere from here, so I'm not worried about us being late or anything. But yeah, so that's the game plan. We're headed back now. I just took a shower and I decided I'm not doing no makeup. Y'all, I've been doing more makeup. I've never been a makeup girl, but I felt like I was looking like kind of bland recently. So I started trying to do makeup more often. I did it like 3 or 4 days in a row. And my skin is so broken out. Like, I feel like I normally have skin that looks so clear. Like, y'all, look at that. And I don't have to wear like makeup and stuff. But now that I've worn it, I feel like it's messed up my skin. So we're going to go light on the makeup. I'm probably going to do it like one day when I dress up or something. But tonight, I don't care. I don't know how long I'm going to be up. I'm tired already. But so far, I am loving the ship. I'm really enjoying myself. I did grab tacos from what is called Loco Taco or El Loco Taco or whatever. They were decent. I don't really care for the ground beef that's there, but the chicken and the cheese items were good. Of course, they're nothing spectacular, but they're definitely sufficient for included food. So, yeah, so I'm okay with that. Of course, I went by Windjammer earlier, was not impressed there. But, you know, I can always find something to eat. It's not that I'm super picky. It's just I like nice shit. I like nice meals. I like nice platings. So when you give me something where it's like a quick grab and go or, you know, buffet, it's not giving a pretty aesthetic. So that's what it is. I like a pretty aesthetic on my food. But the plan for tonight is to possibly meet up with some other travelers. We're supposed to do like a dinner at the Solarium. There's a solo meetup that's about to happen shortly here at 7:30. So I'm going to go and see what that's about. See if anybody show up. Anybody looks interesting. Do that. And then I have Ice 365 or whatever the ice skating show is booked for 8:15. I don't have anything after that. I did see karaoke is happening tonight, so I might pop by adult karaoke. I like to go to the silent party. That's not tonight. I like the quest game. That's not tonight. So tonight is really a light night. So I may go to the ice show and then call it a night, to be honest, because I'm honestly tired already. But so far, so good. I wonder if the sea's like definitely, of course, even from looking at the room, it was well worth $365 or whatever it was I paid for this trip. Y'all, I can tell I'm getting a little tired because I'm really kind of dragging right now and just rambling. So I'm going to get off here. Hopefully you guys get to see what happens at the solo meetup. I'll let you guys know, but I'm gone for now.
The solo traveler meetup was going to be held at the Schroner Bar, so this gave me my first opportunity to check out the Royal Promenade. Now, this is something I love about Royal Caribbean because this really gives you kind of a mall feel. This was such a beautiful space, and you can find bars, activities, and a ton of other things to do. Okay, we're back. So here is the Schroner Bar. Y'all, looks very quiet. One of the things that's kind of different for me with the solo traveler meetups on Royal Caribbean and Carnival is that they're unhosted. So it's kind of up to you to meet with the group and, kind of introduce yourself, which can be a little awkward for me, believe it or not. One of the things I was most looking forward to seeing in person was Bionic Bar. This bar makes and mixes your drinks for you, and as you can see, it's full robot. So they're able to grab the drinks from the top, mix them, they have the recipe stored somewhere, they shake it up, and they deliver it to you. Super cool. Sorrento's Pizza. We've got Sorrento's. Now, we have a slice of cheese, pepperoni, and the combo. So all of them we get to try. Now, Sorrento's was my very first, it was my first favorite pizza on a cruise. So when I went on Freedom of the Seas, I thought Sorrento's was delicious. The next time I tried it, I really liked the pizza that was at Hideaway Beach, which is at Coco Cay. But now my favorite pizza at sea is on MSC. But I'm sure this is gonna be good. Let's taste the cheese, because the cheese is gonna tell you what you need to know. Ooh, it's got that pull. That's good. That definitely hit. All right, guys. Let me stuff my face. I'll be back. The next stop of the night was the boardwalk. Now, I am a Central Park girl. I fell in love with the whole Central Park concept when I was on Icon of the Seas, but this boardwalk just did it for me. I love this layout. It really did give kind of like amusement park and fair and just a good time. But I think they did a great job with this space. You guys, what am I on? The carousel! Let's see how this goes. There was no way I was getting on a horse that went up and down. So here I am sitting on the little swan. We get ready to ride. Woo. Yeah, I don't do nothing that makes my stomach jump. I don't like nothing that makes your stomach drop, move, or do any of that. So we're gonna do this and see how it goes. The fact that all the little kids look excited and I'm over here scared is embarrassing, but it is what it is. Oh, okay, it's going slow. Okay, I'm okay for now. It's going slow. Oh, my stomach. Oh, God. Oh, y'all, it's making me nauseous. It's making me nauseous. I know I do better. I do better. Oh, gosh. I survived it. Excuse me. Woo. Okay, we did that. Next up is
Possibly this big slide. Don't hold me to it though. But y'all, I really, really like the layout of this ship. This Playmakers is so nice. Somebody must have scored. But this Playmakers has such a nice setup indoors and outdoors. But I love this boardwalk. I feel like when I was on Icon, it was really separate, and so I never wanted to go to that area because it was like all the little kid stuff. But here, the Aqua Theater is in this corner. You have Playmakers, Johnny Rockets. So I really, really like this. Y'all, look, I mean, just look at the Playmakers. It looks so good. All these outdoor seating spaces. Yeah. This is the place to be. This is a really nice layout. So I'm really understanding what people mean when they say like Oasis class is their favorite, because this layout is epic. All right, y'all, we're still hanging. I don't know where we're going next, but let's move. Hey guys, so it is 10:18 and I am back in the room for a little while after spending the night exploring the ship and going to some shows. So let's do a little quick recap. So I started off going to the solo traveler meetup. Actually, some solo travelers showed up. It was unhosted though, so people were just kind of sitting around, and we had to be like, "Are you here solo? Are you in the group?" There was a group of girls who came together, but they were all solo single travelers, so you know that's all good. So I met with them. It was probably like 8 to 10 people total at the meetup, so that was cool. There's supposed to be a second one that's happening at 10:30. I don't know if I'm gonna make it or not because I need to edit a video so that I can start sharing this wonder content, because something has to come out before this. So that may be what's going to happen is a second solo meetup. We'll find out in a second. After that, I left and went to the ice show, which was ice skating. And one thing you cannot deny is Royal Caribbean does shows well. They really put a lot into their production and all of that. And the show was interesting. Now, I'm going to be honest. I just am not an ice skating girl, like classical show type of girl. That show had more of a classical kind of vibe. It had like some fun little spruces of music and stuff, but honestly, I'm okay if I never see it again. But it was cool. It was interesting to see. I'm just not an ice skating girl. So the next thing I did was I left and walked around a little bit, went ate pizza at Sorrento's. Pizza was hitting today, y'all. The pizza was delicious. So probably gonna be hitting Sorrento's quite a bit more. Walked around and saw karaoke was going on. There were people dancing at boleros, doing like some kind of little Cuban dance it looked like. There was also just stuff all over the ship. It's so much going on. But the exciting part was going to the boardwalk. Now, on Icon of the Seas, the boardwalk area, I don't know if it's called the boardwalk. I feel like it's called something else on Icon. But anyway, it's the area that is more gravitated for the families and children and all of that. And they have like their own pool on Icon. So it's very secluded where if you are an adult, especially a solo traveling adult, you probably will not go to that end of the ship very much. Now, I love that this setup is a little different because the boardwalk has Playmakers, Johnny Rockets. It's where you come out if you do the long slide, whatever it's called, the Abyss thing, and the Aqua Theater is back there. Now, I absolutely love that area. So I will say that this is different in that it's not completely separate, like a separate neighborhood for the children. They're kind of spread out a little bit, but that area has like a carousel and it has some arcade games. So, you know, you would think children are going to gravitate towards that, but I absolutely love that area. The Playmakers is huge and beautiful. I feel like this one looks better than any of the others I've seen. So the one on Freedom of the Seas and Icon, I don't think they were as nice as this one, because this one has a lot of like outside of the building seating and tons of TVs, so many TVs. It's Monday Night Football, so it's a vibe. Everybody is sitting out there and it was just nice. Anyway, yeah, so I did that. I actually rode the carousel, went ahead and did it. Weren't many people waiting in line or anything. So I was like, why not? And I didn't die. I survived. So that's probably as much as adventure as you're going to get out of me today. So I did that. Then I headed over to another show, which I think it's only happening once on the ship. And I really hate it because I ended up just kind of walking by and popped into the show, and it was so good. It's called The Effectors 2 Crash and Burn, and it's kind of like an alien, almost kind of reminded me of an Avengers type thing, where they supposedly like took somebody and put them in a little jar and they're dancing, but the music is like recent music, the vibe is good. Like that show is good. Like, I'm so tired and I wanted to come back here and edit my video, but I was staying there so I could watch that show. So if you are coming on board, that is a show you need to see, because it is highly entertaining, and that's coming from a person who does not care for traditional shows. That show is really interesting. It's supposed to be like high tech and all of that, but really good. Hopefully you guys saw some clips of that that I captured, but honestly, I just wanted to watch it, so I really wasn't recording much, but really, really good show. So hats off to them on that. So the night is slowly coming to an end. I'm exhausted. Like, I feel it. So my night is probably going to end a little early, because tomorrow we will be at Perfect Day at Coco Cay, and I want to spend some time there, then get back on the ship and do some exploring. But now I have explored the majority of the ship. The only thing I think I haven't seen is like the fitness center and the spa. We'll be there in the morning, so we'll definitely get to see that. But I'm kind of navigating the ship where I understand where everything is now, and I have a pretty good idea of how to navigate stuff. So that's your recap for right now. We'll see if the vlog continues. If not, we're going into day 2, but otherwise, stay tuned.
As you can see, the night did not end, so I've headed back to the Royal Promenade to go to Spotlight Karaoke. And karaoke was jumping. There was standing room only at this point. Touching you, sweet Caroline. Your times never seem so good. Now, right outside of karaoke in the Royal Promenade was the 70s and 80s party. I did not even know that this was happening. Some people dressed up, but very few did. I don't think a lot of people knew that this was happening this night. But I really liked that they had this right in the center area, and they blasted the music like right in that hallway where everybody could party.
I'm on the move. We're getting frisky. We're in the groove.
When I say Royal Caribbean has an endless amount of things happening at one time, as I was going back to my room, I stumbled upon Music Hall, and here there was a live jazz band playing. Now, my room with the Central Park view wasn't very noisy, but I could always hear when a show was going on here. So for some reason, I could hear this particular building from my cabin. Well, guys, some kind of way I missed the meetup, but you guys saw we kept it going. We saw the promenade party. We saw all kinds of stuff, y'all. But that is a wrap on me for the night. There's no way I'm staying up and going to the club or doing anything else. It is 11:30, so this is much later than you would see me. So, peace out for night 1. See you guys tomorrow for day 2. Next time on the Jen Danielle Experience, it's day 2, Perfect Day at Coco Cay Day. Join me as we explore the beach, then get back on the ship and head to specialty dining at the Mason Jar for some Southern eats, and finish the night out with a phenomenal aqua show. I'll see you next time. Bye!